Mesa County Republican Clerk Tina Peters there, as you saw maybe a month or two ago, getting arrested. She had to spend a whole night in jail. And this is unrelated to that particular detainment there. She was indicted on 10 counts of attempting to tamper with county voting machines, which was gonna help Mike Lindell prove his whack voter fraud claims. Now, upon getting out, she jumped and ran to a Steve Bannon show to complain about the jail-like conditions that she spent in that jail. Let's watch.
What were the thoughts in your mind that night when you went to bed?
Well, unfortunately, I didn't go to bed. They keep the lights on 24/7. They have it, you sleep on a 1-inch plastic mattress with no pillow, no sheet, just barely covering up with a blanket. And in my case, there were 5 other women in this particular room that I was in. I can't even call it a room. It was a jail cell with a toilet. And my chief deputy was in a little bit larger room with 9 other women in her cell. It was a no contact. They did not allow us to communicate, contact, be together. The people that were in there were just hopeless. It was so sad. The food in there, I would have eaten my dog's vomit rather than eat that food. It was awful what they're serving to these people.
Can you guys believe that jails are disgusting and that they need to be reformed and the people in there are being mistreated and given disgusting food and put in bad situations? Can you guys believe it? Did you guys know this? So Tina Peters just found this out, but let's talk about the things that she's been accused of and that she was indicted for and why she was spending that one night in jail. Peters is a Republican. She was elected in 2018, and she's repeatedly appeared with supporters of former President Donald Trump, who made false claims about the presidential election, of course. She faces 7 felony and 3 misdemeanor counts, including attempting to influence a public servant, criminal impersonation, and first-degree official misconduct. The indictment, which was filed in Mesa County District Court, alleges that Peters and Knese, who's her, I guess her right-hand man, participated in a plan designed to breach security protocols, exceed permissible access to voting equipment, and set in motion the eventual distribution of confidential information to unauthorized people. This was spread around with QAnon sites, where she thought she could expose the dangers of people voting. So continue on. State officials contend a copy of Mesa County's voting system hard drive also was distributed and posted online. The copy included proprietary software developed by Dominion Voting Systems that is used by election offices around the country. Experts say that the unauthorized release provided a potential practice environment that would allow anyone to probe for vulnerabilities that could be exploited during a future election. Let's jump down really fast, you guys, to the 5th graphic here, because as she was complaining about her one night in jail and the disgusting food and the one toilet and 4 other people in the cell with her and the uncomfortable springs in the mattresses, I wonder if how much she was advocating for Khalif Browder, who spent 3 years in Rikers for a crime he didn't commit, and that crime was a backpack, a theft that again he didn't commit. So in case you guys forgot, let's look at that. Nearly 2 of Browder's 3 years in jail were spent in solitary confinement. He was released in 2013 after the charges were dropped. And in 2015, he was plagued by what he said was the mental anguish and trauma from his time in jail, and he hanged himself in his mother's home. Browder adamantly maintained his innocence throughout his incarceration, which he served because his family couldn't afford to pay his $3,000 bail. Over the years, he rejected numerous guilty plea deals that would have allowed him to escape what he said were savage conditions at that prison. He described instances of violent beatings and torment at the hands of other inmates and guards. He said he was starved and kept in filthy surroundings. And he spoke of intolerable mental anguish suffered at the hands of prosecutors who repeatedly delayed his trial in the Bronx's infamously overburdened court system. And this was one of the quotes he said after he was released. "I'm messed up. I know that I am messed up, in case you guys misinterpret me. I am messed up. I know that I might see some money from this case, but that's not gonna help me mentally. I'm mentally scarred right now. That's how I feel. Because there's certain things that changed about me and they might not go back." So as I mentioned in 2015, he took his own life. He was 22 years old. I wonder if Tina Peters cares about that. I wonder if she was advocating for the change in prison systems at that point, Adrian.
No, she doesn't care. And the thing is individuals will not care, and they will not care in any way until they and a nice amount of in their own demographic are subject to these types of conditions. Because the fact that it's brown and black people, people who don't look like them, who are often put in these carceral state institutions, that's an easy way for these wealthy white people to dismiss it, to just say, hey, I have my privilege, I'm doing good, it's fine. Even if I have to endure this for one night and I know it's bad, they have no problem with allowing others to endure it. They feel that there's some extent that those people deserve it, but not me. And even when they have to endure it for one night, they still will not put in the effort and the work to change it so that everyone is not enduring these types of circumstances that aren't having to sleep with the lights on at all points in time and on the hard, cold floor. It's incredible, the hypocrisy.
Yeah, and it's a part of a hierarchy. It's like, well, they can be there. She said, these people had no hope. Do you care? Do you know why?
Yes.
Or is that okay? What's gonna change about that? Nothing, apparently.